Dale Earnhardt Jr. recently delivered a shocking and emotional statement directed at the obnoxious fans who have shown great hostility towards Bubba Wallace. Earnhardt Jr. refuses to back down as the sport approaches its turning moment, ripping apart the haters who have relentlessly attacked Wallace. Join us as we dive into Earnhardt Jr.'s passionate statements, revealing the dark side of fandom and pushing for the importance of togetherness and respect in the racing community. But before that, please subscribe to our channel and hit that like button for more whereabouts on NASCAR. The recent event at the Darlington is something that everyone will remember, not just for the next several weeks, but for months to come. So what does this say about the way NASCAR treats its drivers? In the world of NASCAR, where fans are very passionate about the sport, there's a careful balance between love and dislike. With their unshakable dedication, these die-hard fans have an amazing power to change the future of drivers and teams alike. Their cheers can be heard over the noise of the engines, but their sarcastic humor can cut deep and only hit a few people. However, in the world of NASCAR, collisions and wrecks are an unavoidable part of this high drama. But sometimes the line gets blurry, and chaos is created on purpose. If we put the arguments to rest and believe the old saying that everything is fair in love and war, we might find that these brave drivers don't deserve to hate any more than the rest of us. Dale Earnhardt Jr., a well-known NASCAR driver, supports this idea and criticizes fans who dislike drivers for no good reason. Something bad happened in the deep of Darlington's famous racetrack, where the ghosts of stories echo through the turns. Bubba Wallace, who was racing for 23XI Racing and was a brave rival, found himself in the sights of cruel words that hurt the sport's very soul. Within the limits of constructive criticism, there's an unspoken agreement, an unbroken code, that strongly refuses the use of racist phrases as an attack on the spirit of unity and shared passion that NASCAR represents. But unfortunately, Bubba Wallace is used to hearing nasty things said about him because he never gives up. In the NASCAR community, his name jumps out as one of the most hated drivers. He won this title and carried it on his shoulders back in 2022 when he was at the top of the list for the most hated drivers. As the number 23 car races around the track, its passionate fans rally around the star, stoking the fires of their love. Still, there are some who hate this young, skilled driver for no reason. This revelation came to light during a revealing moment at Darlington when Dale Earnhardt Jr. decided to remove the veil on his co-host, Mike Davis, in the most recent episode of Dale Jr. Download. Dale Jr. said, "We were at Darlington, we were on the stage, and 75 of the best drivers were lined up next to us. These legends were well known in their own way, and they came from different times. It was supposed to be a moment of awe, where everyone would act right and understand how important it was." But Dale Jr. revealed a sad truth when he said, "But there was this one person sitting at the rail with the front row fans. Even though most people were cheering, a few chose to make fun of us. We'd expect that, but this guy, the boos he got went beyond simple dislike and made the crowd feel uneasy." As Bubba Wallace walked across the stage, a man stood right in front of Dale Jr., Carl Edwards, Matt Kenseth, and other racing stars and yelled, "Go home, go home, go home," at the top of his voice. The scene was so annoying that Dale Jr. really wanted to step in and tell the man to stop going on and on about nothing. He wanted to beg, "Could you please stop?" Dale Jr. said about the event, "Bubba Wallace goes through more than his fair share of hard times. He puts up with a lot of crap that no one deserves." Dale Jr. kept talking about how upset he was, saying, "At that time, I couldn't help but wonder, is this really happening? Is this how you want to act in front of these amazing people who are standing in front of us? Richard Petty and all these other famous people. Is this the kind of mark you want to make?" Dale Jr. thought a lot about how important that one day was in Bubba's life. He realized that while other drivers, like Kyle Busch, may have met their fair share of hate and heard vile comments, what happened at Darlington left him feeling very down. Most people agree that Bubba Wallace has been one of the NASCAR drivers with the most to say. Outkick released a report that explained why he was at the top of the list of drivers people didn't like. The report said that every 1 in 3 posts directed at Wallace resounded with resounding negativity. Even though he has been hit with a lot of hate and negativity, Bubba Wallace stands tall, showing that he is strong and sure of himself as a driver. Time and time again, he has gone against the chances and shut down the naysayers, showing that his worth is greater than the mean things people have said about him. He faces problems head-on with an unbreakable spirit, a deep well of drive, and a burning desire to win. On this hard road, Bubba gets comfort and support from his wife, Amanda Wallace, who he calls his rock and pillar of strength. She is his biggest supporter and biggest champion, and they have an unbreakable tie that keeps her by his side. Her unshakable faith in his ability and love for him give him the strength to keep going, even when things get hard. What are your thoughts on the comments made by Dale Earnhardt? Tell us in the comments below. Also, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and click the bell button for more updates. As we are moving towards the next race in the Cup Series, all eyes are on Kyle Larson. So, is he going to win? What do the predictions say? The next race in the NASCAR Cup Series, the 2023 Coca-Cola 600, is scheduled to take place at Charlotte Motor Speedway on Sunday. The race is expected to complete 400 laps around the famous 1.5-mile circuit that was added to the NASCAR calendar for the first time in 1960. The green flag will drop at 6 p.m. Eastern Time, and the race will begin. It's always the longest race that NASCAR puts on, and the one from a year ago added an extra 19.5 miles to the total distance thanks to 13 overtime laps. In the end, Denny Hamlin was the one to take the checkered flag and win his first race at Charlotte Motor Speedway, as well as the Coca-Cola 600. After his victory in the All-Star race last week, Kyle Larson is currently the 9-2 favorite to win the 2023 NASCAR in Charlotte, while his teammate William Byron is currently the 11-2 second favorite. In the odds for the 2023 Coca-Cola 600, Hamlin is now pegged at 13-2, while his Joe Gibbs Racing colleague Martin Truex Jr. is currently listed as the next favorite at 8-1. Even if the current odds for NASCAR at Charlotte 2023 have Kyle Busch as a long shot with chances of 12-1, the forecast is favorable towards him. He's an easy mark for anyone who is seeking significant financial gain. In his final 3 seasons with Joe Gibbs Racing, Busch won a total of just 4 races and finished 8th or lower in the NASCAR standings each year. While in his first year with Richard Childress Racing in 2023, however, Busch had already won twice. Busch won the race at Fontana after leading 27 laps despite starting in the 21st place, and then he won the race at Talladega while only leading 3 laps after starting in the 17th position. In 34 Cup appearances, he has 21 career top 10 finishes on the Charlotte Oval, including a win in the 2018 Coca-Cola 600. William Byron, who was one of the favorites in Vegas with odds of 11-2, had a disastrous performance that didn't even place in the top 5. According to the model, the startup lineup for the 2023 Coca-Cola 600 features a number of competitors, offering much superior prices. The 25-year-old Charlotte native has 3 victories this season, a career high, and has emerged as a title candidate in his 6th full-time season in the NASCAR Cup Series. On the other hand, he has a lifetime record of 0 for 11 in Cup competition at Charlotte Motor Speedway, whether on the oval or the road course, and he has finished outside the top 10 in 4 of his 6 Cup appearances on the 1.5-mile track. This includes finishing in 32nd place in the Coca-Cola 600 the year before, despite having the 5th best starting position. So, who comes out on top in the Coca-Cola 600 2023? For that, we'll have to wait till Sunday. So, that's all we've got for you today. We hope you enjoyed it. Tell us what you think of the video in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel. We hope to see you in the upcoming video.